Hey guys, I'm Steph and welcome back to my beauty stash. Today we're going to be playing around with the brand new Juvia's Place blushed collection. I picked up, I want to say these were the only two things that were available. There might have been some lippies available, not 100% sure, but I picked up both blush palettes, which contain 2 shades each, and I picked up the 6-pan eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. So we're going to be playing with the 3 things that I got, the 3 different palettes that I got. We're going to be trying them out. One of the blushed palettes, and let me show you those really quick before we start. This is the one for fair to light skin tones, or even medium skin tones as well. It does come with a mirror. It is the same type of packaging as the new bronzer, which I have already reviewed the bronze collection, so I'll have that linked up above. But I'm also wearing the bronzer right now. Let me just show that to you. I have it on my forehead and a little bit on my nose. This is the medium shade in the bronzer, and I use this shade today. So this is what you can see on the forehead and on my nose there. Really, really nice. Have been enjoying this. So this blush palette right here, again, this is for the fair to lighter complexions. This one is called Volume 2. Now let me show you Volume 1. This is the one intended for deeper skin tones. You can definitely see those shades are very vibrant. I had a great time swatching these. Like, these could easily be eyeshadows on somebody with a skin tone such as mine. Really, really nice. They swatched really, really well. And I will be inserting those swatch photos before we get into the 2-look demo using the new blushed eyeshadow palette. But really pretty. And let me just hold them up next to each other so that you can see the difference in shades. And there you can see the light and the deep. Really pretty, very complementary of one another. And then of course, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. You do have 2 shimmers and 4 matte shades. Just the same way that the bronze palette has. This one also has the 2 shimmers and 4 mattes. Really, really nice. I've used this again, aside from the YouTube video that I did on it, and it performed really well. Have been enjoying the bronzer as well. And those lippies. Those lippies that came in the bronze collection, they're beautiful and they last. They last all day long. So let's dive into this new blush collection. I know some of you have been anxiously awaiting this video, and I am so happy that my package arrived a day before it was scheduled to arrive. So this video will go up early, a day earlier. Really quick, just want to point out that I am wearing the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. This one is in the shade Vienna 700. And I am also wearing a Juvia's Place lipstick. This one is called #2020. So really, really nice. And if there were lippies in this blush collection, then I didn't buy them because I have all of the nudes collection. I have all 16 shades of the nudes collection. So I'm good right now on Juvia's Place lippies, although I do want to pick up a couple of their lip glosses because I don't have any lip gloss in my stash. All right, guys, so let me insert those swatch photos that I just said I was going to show you. They are in natural lighting, but I did use flash because it is an overcast day here in South Texas. So I really wanted you to see the product in all of its vibrancy, but they are natural lighting with flash. And then I'll be creating 2 looks using the new, this is called the Blushed Rose palette, the Blushed Rose palette from Juvia's Place. And then I will come on and give you guys my review, my final thoughts over this collection. If you want to see the new Juvia's Place blush collection in action, keep on watching. Alright guys, so this is look number 1 using the Blushed Rose palette from Juvia's Place. Let me quickly tell you what I did. I packed on this shade right here, worked that all over the lid and blended it out into the crease. And then I was really looking forward to using this shimmer shade. It swatched so beautifully that I knew I wanted to use it. So I did a little bit of a halo eye effect and just placed that on the center of the lid and even took it up a little bit into the crease. I did spray my brush, but I usually do that with all of the shimmer shades that I work with. And then for the lower lash line, I used a few shades down there. I went in with this first shade that I applied all over the lid. And then to deepen it up a little bit, I went in with this shade. And then to kind of smoke it out, I went in with this shade right here. And then I went back in with the shimmer shade on my inner corner. And that is the completed look. For mascara, I'm going to be using the mascara, the same mascara for both eyes. This is the Essence 24 Ever Bold Volume Mascara. And then for eyeliner, I went in with 2 from NYX. On the upper lash line, I went in with this NYX Vivid Brights. And this one is in the shade, what is that, Petal? Vivid Petal. I like these little liquid eyeliners from NYX, really, really nice. And then I went in with this other NYX eyeliner. This is the Off Tropic Pro Liner. This one is in the shade Happy Hour. That's what I have on the lower waterline. And that is it for the look. Let's jump over to the right eye and start creating look number 2. Alright guys, so this is look number 2 using the Blushed Rose palette from Juvia's Place. Guys, I was dying to dip into the blush palette. This is a volume 1 and use these shades as eyeshadows because these are obviously deeper shades, and while I still managed to make them work over here on my cheeks, on my cheekbones, I was just dying to use them on my eyes. I love these 2 shades together. I think they are perfect complements of one another. So that's exactly what I did. The first shade that I went in with was from the Blush Rose palette, and I took this shade right here and I used that as my transition shade and just really worked it into the crease and just kind of blended it out as best I could. Then I went in with Blushed Volume 1 palette and I used this shade right here to deepen up the outer corner and work that into the crease. Then I went in with this other blush shade, and that's what you see on the lower lash line. And the sparkle on the lid and a little bit on the inner corner went back into the Blushed Rose palette with this shade right here. And that means I used every single shade in the eyeshadow palette and every single blush shade. Everything was tried out today, guys, creating these 2 looks for you all. And I'm really happy with the way everything just complemented each other. To finish up look number 2, I of course went back in with this Essence 24 Hour Bold Volume Mascara. Really do enjoy Essence mascaras. If you haven't tried an Essence mascara, you absolutely need to. They're only $5 and you can find them at Ulta everything will be linked in the description box down below. And then I went in with another NYX eyeliner. This is the Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade Shebang. And I use this on the top lash line and on the lower waterline. And that is it. That is how I achieved look number 2. Now it's time for me to give you guys my final thoughts, my review on this new Juvia's Place blush collection. Alright guys, so now that I've used everything in the blush collection, I have to say I enjoyed it. And what's not to enjoy? I have never been disappointed with Juvia's Place. They have yet to disappoint me, and I don't think that they're ever going to. Let's start first and foremost with the blush palettes. Awesome. Super, super, super pigmented. This is the one that is obviously intended for deeper skin tones, but your fair girl over here, she made it work, and I love it. I love these shades. I am definitely going to be using this in the near future, probably tomorrow, because I think these shades are gorgeous together. I do have them up here on the cheeks. I went in with the darker shade towards the top and then the lighter orange shade on the apple of my cheek. And as long as you just pick up a little bit, guys, tap off your brush and really blend, these shades will work for you. It's just a matter of how much you're picking up and how much you're working with at one time. And you saw me that I had to pick up a tissue to kind of take some off of the brush, and that's okay if you need to do that. Whatever it takes for you to get a nice blend, but I really like these two together, and I really like the way they look on my eye as well. As for the Volume 2 blushed palette, this is really pretty as well. These are great shades. Obviously, these shades are more suited to for my skin tone. I do have them over here on this side. I went in with the deeper shade up towards the top and the lighter shade down towards the bottom on the apple of my cheeks. Blended out really well. Again, beautiful shades that complement one another. They even complement the other shades in the Volume 1 palette. So if you're kind of wondering, well, which ones should you get? I mean, if you can afford to get both of them, get both of them, because you saw that you can use these also as eyeshadows. So they're definitely going to be multi-purpose. But I really did enjoy both blush palettes, and they do both come with a mirror, the same packaging as the bronzer. So really nice. Guys, the bronzer and the blush, if you can swing it, absolutely recommend it. Now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Guys, Juvia's Place makes killer eyeshadows. Like, they are just fantastic. And for the price, I want to say the palette alone is like $14. Everything is under $20. Let's just put it that way. So Juvia's Place definitely knows how to bring us quality products at a super affordable price point. And I thought these shades were just perfect. These are blush shades, and you could easily use some of these shades in here as a blush. Some of you might be able to use some of them as highlighters as well with the shimmer shades, depending on your skin tone. I mean, just play around with the palette and use it as you will, but all the shades blended out really, really well. I got a little bit of fallout with the shimmer shades, but no big deal. And I think it was more so on this side because I just kind of packed it on to really get that shimmer effect. But no fallout with the matte shades, and very little kick up in the pan, which I know some of you will appreciate that. This is a really nice palette, and if these are the tones that you are drawn to, then this is definitely something you're going to want to have in your collection. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, Steph, how does it compare to some of the other Juvia's Place palettes that are in the 6 pan as well? And they look kind of similar to this. So I pulled 3 different palettes from my stash so that we can compare them. The first one I pulled is the Berries, and this is what the Berries looks like. Now let me hold it up with the Blushed Rose palette. So there you can see that if you have the Berries palette, it's going to complement the Blush Rose palette pretty nicely. I mean, all of those shades coordinate with each other. Now, another palette that I pulled is the Mauves palette, and this is what the Mauves palette looks like. Again, really pretty color story. You have shades that you can use in your transition area. You have shades that you can deepen up the outer corner. And of course, you have shades that you can use as shimmer and highlight and whatnot. But here's the Blush Rose, and here's the Mauves at the top. Again, beautiful complements for one another. And then the last palette that I pulled was the Sweet Pinks palette. I love this palette. This is such a beautiful Barbie pink palette. And by the way, who's gonna pick up the ColourPop Barbie collab that's coming out this week? I think that's something I want to get. I was just talking about Barbies the other day, and well, I'll tell that story whenever I review the collection. But here is the Sweet Pinks palette on top of the Blushed Rose palette. So you can see if you have this Sweet Pinks, it is another perfect complement to the Blushed Rose. And while some of the shades are similar, none of them are a spot on match. So these are new shades that are in the Blushed Rose palette, just in case you are wondering. And then in case you didn't watch my bronzed collection review, here is the bronze palette. This was released, I think, a day or two before the Blushed Rose palette was released. And I just want to hold these up on top of each other. And there you can see the two collections. So you can definitely interchange these. Like you can mix and match them. I think they would work pretty well together. More bronze down here. And of course, more rosy blush tones on the top. These are two really great collections from Juvia's Place. I am just so excited about the new bronzer. It was about time that Juvia's Place come out with a bronzer, and I'm really happy that I picked this one up. I picked up the shade medium, and then of course these new blush palettes are stunning. Really, really nice, guys. This collection is getting 2 thumbs up for me. I'm super happy to welcome it into my stash. And let me know what you thought, guys. Which eye look was your favorite? Are you look 1? Are you look 2? Or do you like them both? Sound off below. And also let me know if this is something that you are going to be picking up. I know several of you were anxiously awaiting this video, so I hope I did not disappoint. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. Look, almost done. And this is my second one of the day. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.